Hi everyone, welcome to this new lecture of Engineering Economics. In this lecture, we discuss about Introduction to Managerial Economics. Before discuss about Managerial Economics, let's discuss about economics. So economics is the social science that studies how individuals, businesses and governments use the limited resources to fulfill the unlimited wants. Suppose we have some kind of limited resources are available and that limited resources will be used to fulfill the unlimited wants. So the planning, the strategy, everything is coming under economics. Or we can say the study of how society use scarce resources to satisfy unlimited wants. So this economics we can see that choice allocation efficiency we have. That means we have the limited resources are available along with the scarcity, and these two also carries about unlimited wants. And in between that how the goods and services are produced, distributed and consumed. It all are coming under economics. So the economics is defined by different economics in different definitions. So Adam Smith, one economist, he said about that economics is the science of wealth. At 18th century, he has given this definition. So it is the science of wealth is nothing but he also talk about that economics is the study of nature and the uses of national wealth according to Adam Smith. Similarly, next to him, Alfred Marshall in 19th century, he said that economics is the study of mankind in ordinary business of life, or in simple language you can say how the people earn and use income to promote human welfare. So here it talks about human welfare. So in the previously if you see it talks about the wealth. Similarly, the next Lionel Robbins, he said that it is the science which studies human behavior as a relationship between the ends and the scarce means which have alternative uses. So here he said about the scarce, what is the scarcity available or what is the scarcity of in our life it is present. Similarly, the Paul Samuelson said that it is the study of how people and society use scarce resources to produce and distribute goods and services. So he said about the social and the macro oriented things. That means what is the growth. So next to him, J.K. Mehta, he said about that the economics is the science of human behavior in relations to wants, their satisfactions, and the means available. So here it talks about the philosophical and we can say the psychological. So different economists gave their opinion about the economics, how it defines. So in simple language, we can write it like the study of how society uses scarce resources to satisfy unlimited wants. That is the one of the best we can write in simple language. So let's see how this economy works. As we have seen that in the economic we have the limited resources. In the limited resources we have basically land, labor, capital, entrepreneurships. These limited resources are utilized to produce goods and services. Once the goods and services are produced, so that will be transported or that will be started distributing. So once it is distributed, then it will be consumed by the humans or the wants what the society had, so that will be consumed by them. So this is the process through which the economy works. So next we'll see why we should study the economics. The fundamental thing about to study the economics is nothing but, so economics helps us to make better choices for a better tomorrow. If you select a better choice today, then tomorrow we can live happily. So that is the basic fundamental things about the economics. So let's see some methods are there to study the economics. First one is understand scarcity and choice. So we know that resources are limited, but human wants are unlimited. Okay, so here it teaches how to allocate scarce resources efficiently, or to helps us understand how limited resources and are used to satisfy unlimited wants. That is second point, to take a better decision, or how we can decide good things, or how we can take a better decision, that it teaches us. That means it helps every individuals, every businessman's, and to the governments to make informed and rational decisions. That means how, what about spending, and what about savings, and what about investment, and what about the productions. So everything is coming under this one. The next one is about the to understand the market behavior. So here it explains how prices are determined, and through the demand and supply, through the demand and the supply, how market behaves, and like through the, you can say, market functions. So the market will function based on the demand and the supply. The next one is to improve the business management. It teaches us to how to improve the business management. In this, it will help the managers to use economic principles and to make decisions about the pricings, about the productions, about the marketings, and to utilize the investment, or you can say the resource allocations. Similarly, to understand the economy. So to understand the economy is nothing but, when you talk about the economy, it will consider about the national and global economics. So here it helps such as inflation and unemployment, economic growth, and international trades. So inflation is nothing but, it is the general increase of prices of goods and services. It may be increased or it may be decreased, so based on the purchasing value of money. The next one is formulate better policies. So basically policies will be like the government sectors. The government need to take, or to decide, to design the policies for the growth, and like, to avoid or to decrease the poverties, and to control inflations, and stability and public welfares. And these are things responsible for the governments. The next one is improve living standards. So economy, that knowledge contributes that to efficient resources, and that use for higher productivity. So that knowledge will provide us to how to efficient resource use, higher productivity, and more income for the better quality of life. So this is what we need to study about the economics. Now we'll discuss about the managerial economics. So as you have seen that managerial economics is the part of economics here. As you can see this is the part of economics here. Sorry. So this is nothing but the managerial economics. It is the application of economics, economic theories, concepts, and the tools to business decision making. Or we can say that managerial economics is a branch of economics that applies economics theories, that what we have written, and concept and analytical tools. Okay, this tools is nothing but analytical tools. So what will do, it will help the managers to make effective business decisions. Okay, or also we can say that it combines the principle of economics and with management practices to solve the business problems. So which will help the managers, what about the demand analysis, and the cost analysis, and production decisions, pricing decisions, then investment decisions, and finally the resource allocation. These are the steps. The steps need to be followed. So what will be the objective from this? The objective is one thing, that we need to maximize the profit and minimize the cost, and finally efficient resource utilizations. So better decisions, higher efficiency, and the organization success. It may be individual, it may be a group, it may be the nation, it may be the society or it will be the worldwide. So this is all about the economics and about the managerial economics. I hope you understand. Still, if you're having any kind of doubt and query, you can give a comment in the comment box. Thank you all.